Hello everyone, Gregory here, and today we're going to be talking about how to read chord diagrams. But before we get into it, I would like to talk about chords a little bit, because being on a video like this means that you're probably at a beginner level, and I'm going to guess that some of you may not even understand why you need to learn chords or what they do. Okay, so by definition, chords are really just a bunch of notes played together that generally sound kind of musical. That's a good place to start. And well, what do they do? Well, chords, they function as a type of accompaniment to music most times. Okay, so if I was to play some chords, it sounds pretty musical, but at the same time it doesn't say a whole lot. Usually once we add in a melody, that's where the music starts to become a bit more memorable. So I'm gonna do that now, and it sounds like this. Da 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 da. Okay, so most of us would recognize that as Happy Birthday. So that's how chords function. We are really just accompanying other forms of music like a melody or even at least a percussion, a beat or something like that. So let's actually get into the lesson of learning how to use chord diagrams now. Okay, so now that we have the diagram on the screen, I want you to imagine the diagram is the guitar if we held it up like this. Okay, so we have 6 vertical lines on the diagram. Each of those represents a string. From left to right, we have the thickest string on the guitar, the 6th, then the 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and then the 1st. Or we could also think of it as the E, A, D, G, B, and E strings. Then at the top, we have on top of the diagram, we have a thick black line, and that is our nut. And then we have horizontal spaces going down. We can think of those as the frets on the guitar, 1st fret, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Inside of the diagram, we have black dots, and those black dots are telling us where to place our fingers to play the chord. And then within those black dots, we may find numbers. In this diagram, there are numbers. Some diagrams don't have it, but those numbers are suggesting which fingers we should use to play the chord. Okay? Now, at the top of the diagram, for every string that does not have a dot on it, we're going to find either an X or an O. So if there's an X above a string, it means that we don't play that string when playing the chord. If there is an O, it means to include the string, although we're not actually fretting anything on that string. So that is what we can call an open string. A string that we play, but we're not fretting anything on it. Alright, so lastly we have the actual name of the chord, which is anywhere it's on the bottom of this diagram at least. And it says C, that means C major. As a beginner, most chords that you're going to be playing are either going to be major or minor. Major chords tend to just have the note name, whereas minor chords would have a small m next to it. So if this were a C minor, it would have been capital C with a small m. But in this case, it's a C major chord. So let's actually try to play this chord now. So the first thing we want to look at are the black dots on the diagram. Now, which dot do we start with? It kind of depends on the chord, especially as a beginner, you may want to choose a particular finger to start with. And I will give you some suggestions on which one to put on the guitar first. So in C major, let's start with the dot that has a 3 in it, meaning your 3rd finger. Okay, so that 3rd finger, let's also go in this order. We're going to look at the fret first and then the strings. So that 3rd finger is on the 1, 2, 3, the 3rd fret. And in terms of strings, we're going to start from the 6th, the left to the right. We're going to count in that order. That 3rd finger is on the 6th, 5, 5th string. Okay, so 3rd finger is on the 1, 2, 3, 3rd fret, 6, 5, 5th string. Okay, so let's go to the 2nd finger next. The 2nd finger is on the 1, 2, the 2nd fret, and it's on the 6, 5, 4, 4th string. So 2nd fret, 1, 2, 4th string, 6, 5, 4, middle finger. And then the last finger, the 1st finger, it's on the 1st fret, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, second string. So first fret here, second string, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, and which strings do we play? Well, quite simply, just look out for the X's. There's an X on the 6th string, which means we play all the others. The 5th to the 1st. And that is your C major chord. Let's try another one. Okay, so this one should be pretty simple compared to the last one. They're just 2 dots and they're right next to each other. So once again, fret first and then string. So let's go with the dot with the 1 in it, the first finger. That first finger is on the 2nd fret, okay? And it's on the 6th, 5, the 5th string. So 2nd fret, 5th string. And then the 2nd finger or the middle finger is on the 1, 2, 2nd fret, 6, 5, 4, 4th string. And what strings do we play? Well, look out for the X's. There are none, so we're going to strum all 6. Simple as that. So I just wanted to introduce a slightly more advanced chord diagram that you may come across as a beginner. And on this diagram, we notice at the top, there's no thick black line, but there's a number 4 on the left. And that number is telling us what the starting fret is. Also, we notice a thick black line that goes from the 5th string to the 1st. That represents a bar, meaning that this is a bar chord. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's totally fine. I'm going to put a link in the description that's going to explain what bar chords are, but they are a slightly bit more advanced topic for a beginner. All right, so that was the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm new to YouTube, so it's going to help me a lot if you do. So until next time, take it easy.